Okay, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This video is actually made for the first semester students, yeah. But before that, I'd like to welcome you all to English study program, and I am the speaking lecturer. I think I have already introduced myself in the previous meeting when PKKMB, right? But now I need to tell you about the course that you have to take during study in English education study program. Yeah, there are four courses of speaking. The first one is intensive speaking, the second is public speaking, the third is professional speaking and listening, and the last one is extensive speaking. Yeah, and you are now the first semester students, and then you are going to learn about intensive speaking. Okay, but before that, you have to know in the context of ESL learning, there are 5 levels of speaking. Yeah, so when we are talking about speaking skill, there are 5 levels of speaking. The first one is imitative, the second one is intensive, the third one is responsive, and then the fourth is interactive, and the last one is extensive. Yeah, and then now in this semester you are taking the second level of speaking skill, which is intensive. So what are those levels? The first one is imitative. It is actually simply imitate or simply repeat what is said to you all. Yeah, so the goal of imitative level is to reproduce what is said to you all. Yeah, so when you are able to reproduce what you said, what is said to you, yeah, so it means that the goal of imitative level is achieved. Yeah, and then the common expressions used in the classroom is repeat after me, repeat after me. Yeah, so when I say repeat after me, green, and then you are able to reproduce the word green, so you can achieve the goal of imitative level of speaking. Okay, and then the second level is intensive. Intensive. Intensive speaking means that you have to produce a limit amount of language in highly controlled context. Yeah, so in this level you have to produce a limit amount of language in highly controlled level, control context, I mean. Yeah, and then the example is, for example, reading aloud passages and then give direct response or answer to the very simple questions. For example, in intensive level, when I ask you, hey, what's your name, and then you can answer, my name is N, so it means that the goal of intensive skill is achieved. That's the second level of speaking. And then the third level is responsive. This is actually more complex than intensive speaking. Yeah, for example, the conversations between two students take place. Yeah, and then you understand what the speaker said. Yeah, it means that the responsive level of speaking is achieved. Yeah, but the content is still simple. Yeah, so in imitative level, it is simply repeat what is said. In intensive level, the example is able to answer or respond the question, very simple question. And then in responsive level, the the conversation took place, but it is still simple. And then the fourth level is interactive. The interactive, it is more transactional rather than interpersonal, just like in intensive or responsive speaking. And then the last level is extensive. Extensive speaking means, the example is like some sort of monologue. Yeah, when you are able to give speech, when you are able to tell the stories which need a great deal of preparation, so it means that you achieve the goal of extensive speaking level. Yeah, so that's all about the level of speaking skill, starting from the simplest, which is imitative, until the most complex, which is extensive level of speaking. Yeah, so now we are going to talk about the syllabus of intensive speaking. Yeah, intensive speaking actually is mainly designed to build the fluency in English. Yeah, it focuses on encouraging students to produce, as I told you before, a limited amount of language in highly controlled contexts. Yeah, there are three emphases that will be given in this course. The first one is semantic, the second is phonological, and then the third one is syntactical aspects. Yeah, why these three aspects are provided, why these three aspects are given emphasis to you all, because it is to give a strong foundation for students to produce acceptable English utterances fluently. Yeah, because the course is aimed to build the fluency in English. So you will learn those three aspects: semantics, syntactical, and also phonological, through speaking, not in the written form. Why? Because this is speaking class, and I really expect you to be able to communicate and expressing yourself, yeah, to feel relaxed, to feel confident, and not to feel stress or tension when you speak English. So that's the main goal of intensive speaking. And then talking about the objectives, there are 7 objectives of intensive speaking. The first one is produce appropriate English consonant and word sound. Yeah, so it is related to phonological aspect. As I told you before, you will learn speaking, but in that course you also will learn about the phonological aspect. It's about consonant and vowel sounds. And then the second goal is to read phonemic alphabets in dictionary. Yeah. And then the third is read aloud passages. And then the fourth goal is to talk about themselves and friends. It is about introducing yourself, introducing your friends, and so on. And then answering questions, and then complete the dialogues and practice it. Okay, remember it is still only in the simple level. Read passage, read the dialogue, and practice it. And then the last is describe the pictures. That's about the objectives. And then the schedule, the course schedule, I already posted the syllabus at e-class, so you can check it out. Yeah, and then it is clearly stated about the course outline. The first meeting is syllabus overview, and then the second meeting is meeting new people, the third meeting is talking about self, and so on and so forth. So you can actually read by yourself. Yeah, and then the references, there are two main references. The first one is British Council, because all of the learning materials are taken from the website of British Council, so it is very complete there. Yeah, I will send the link to the e-class, and then you just click the link, and then there will be videos and audios, and then you have to listen very carefully and then do the exercise there. Yeah, so it is very easy for you. Just click the link, and then you will hear somebody's talking in that video, and then you have to imitate. Yeah, and then after that do the exercise there. Okay, and then talking about evaluation, there are 4 aspects to be evaluation. This is always in my speaking class. 4 aspects are evaluated. The first one is pronunciation. Yeah, pronunciation is very important in us in speaking skill, because that's the basic thing that you have to be fluent in speaking. Yeah, and then to train, and then to practice, and then to train, improve your pronunciation. I really suggest you to install the application name Elsa application. It is very recommended for you all to to practice speaking and then to improve your pronunciation skill. ELSA application, so don't forget to install ELSA application. Okay, and then the second aspect to be assessed is grammar. Yeah, because grammar is not only for written form but also for the spoken English. The third one is vocabulary. I really suggest you to always improve your vocabulary. And the last one is fluency. Okay, and then let's talk about the last point of my course, which is the final score. Yeah, the final score will be the accumulation of the scores taken from the first one is ELSA application. So in the end of the semester you have to send me your score in ELSA application, so it is related to your pronunciation of speaking. And then the second one is this from midterm test, and the last one it is from final test. So there are 3 scores that will be accumulated as your final scores. Yeah, so that's all about the descriptions of intensive speaking class. If you still have any confusion and also questions related to the course, just type in the comment, and also you can text me directly to my WhatsApp. Okay, and later we are going to have video conference using Zoom, so we can discuss and share everything, and you can also ask many things related to the content of this intensive speaking class. Okay, thank you for watching. See you next time.